So I remember a while ago it was announced that Avatar was getting a fighting game and it was being made by the people who did Them Fighting Herds, which was actually pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty excited because an Avatar fighting game is something that I wished for a very long time. And this weekend we finally got the first look of that game. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty fun. It's giving me a Power Rangers Battle for the Grid vibe to it. From the small information we got, it is hand-drawn 2D, it has 12 characters, movement-centric gameplay, original story campaign, and best-in-class netcode and crossplay, and a support character-like system. Now with 12 characters on the base roster, I think it's pretty easy to figure out who is going to be on the roster. So far, already confirmed, we have Aang, Korra, Zuko, Toph, Katara, Sokka, and Azula. Now if we had to have 5 more characters, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Azami, Mako, Bolin, Iroh, and Ozai. The Avatar universe is vast and filled with dynamic personalities who could bring even more depth to the game. So today I'm going to be making a wish list of 8 characters I would love to see in this game and that will elevate Avatar Legends, the fighting game, to new heights. If you're new here, my name is Yuno, and now you know. If you enjoyed this video at any point, leaving a like would be appreciated. If you want to see more, feel free to kick back, stay a while, and hit the subscribe button. Now on to the video.
Here comes a new challenger!
Amon.
As the mass leader of the Equalists, Amon stands as one of the most haunting villains in the Avatar franchise. His quiet, confident, and mysterious aura makes him a perfect addition to a fighting game roster. I can see Amon playing as a mid-range controller who relies on precision, deception, and disruption rather than brute strength. I would like him to lean more into chi blocking techniques instead of using his bending abilities. Well, until we get to the ultimate, I would love to see him use blood bending on his ultimate. What makes Amon so compelling is how his gameplay could reflect his ideology, stripping away an opponent's strength and creating a tense, psychological battle of endurance and skill. I think Amon would be the ultimate player for those who enjoy mind games and manipulation.
Here comes a new challenger!
We're sending troops to handle the situation.
Call them off. I will take care of the bandits myself.
Known as the Great Uniter, Kuvira represents strength through order and precision. As the leader of the Earth Empire, she's a symbol of control, both political and physical. In a fighting game setting, I can see Kuvira functioning as a defense zoner and maybe a stance-based fighter, using her mastery of metal bending to keep opponents exactly where she wants them. She can switch between the 2 primary styles, long-range whip controls for spacing and close-range armor combat for punishment. Her fighting remedy can be about asserting dominance, controlling distance, and dictating the pace, even bending the environment to her advantage. I think Kuvira's appeal will lie in her power. Every move can be deliberate, elegant, and devastatingly precise.
Here comes a new challenger!
Ty Lee, could that possibly be you? Azula!
Ty Lee, the bubbly acrobat turned chi blocker. Beneath her playful energy lies one of the most agile fighters in the Avatar universe. A master of agility, unpredictability, and precision strikes. I can see Ty Lee being a high-speed rushdown character, focused on constant movement, aerial pressure, and relentless offense. She can rely on a flurries of quick strikes, and instead of disabling your bending, she can stop your meter bar from growing, rewarding players who can maintain combo strings and applying pressure without giving their opponent breathing room. I think what will make Ty Lee fun is how her playful personality will contrast with her deadly techniques. She's the kind of character who laughs mid-fight while dismantling her enemies.
Here comes a new challenger!
Boomy, you're a mad genius.
Eccentric, unpredictable, and unbelievably strong, King Bumi is the kind of character who brings personality and chaos to any roster. As the ruler of Omusha and one of the world's oldest and most powerful earthbenders, I think Bumi will fight with a blend of humor and unorthodox creativity. His playstyle could alternate between overwhelming brute force and bizarre, improvised attacks that catches players off guard. I can see Bumi throwing rocks, sliding across terrain, even using self-propulsion moves that makes him unpredictable. His erratic fighting style and comedic animations will make every match against him feel like a spectacle, combining lighthearted fun with serious damage potential.
Here comes a new challenger!
It's the dawning of a new age, the end of the White Lotus, and soon, the end of the Avatar.
Zaire, the leader of the Red Lotus. He's one of the most fascinating villains in the series. A poet, a philosopher, and an assassin. He represents the darker side of airbending, freedom without restraint. Zaire's combat style should revolve around that, aerial movement and evasion, allowing him to fight with unmatched mobility. He could glide across the stage, perform hit and run strikes, and control the flow of combat through unpredictable movement patterns. I think players using Zaire will constantly stay on the move, capitalizing on openings and punishing ground opponents. He'd be difficult to master but incredibly rewarding, reflecting his philosophy on enlightenment through chaos. Zaire should appeal to players who prefer fluidity, grace, and adaptability, fighting with a purpose, not with rage.
Here comes a new challenger.
We'll take the stuff back to the hideout. You guys have a hideout?
You want to see it?
Yes, we want to see it.
Jet is one of Avatar's most tragic anti-heroes, a young revolutionary who fought for freedom at any cost. With his dual hook swords and parkour-inspired fighting style, he'll bring a flair of aggression to the roster. Jet should operate as a hybrid between mid-range control and close-range pressure, chaining swift slashes, grapples, and aerial flips. I think his signature hooks could allow him to swing across the battlefield, repositioning himself to keep the opponent guessing. Jet's gameplay should be about rhythm and flow, using momentum to dictate the pace of combat. As a character, his confidence and rebellious charm will make him an instant appeal, embodying the spirit of a fighter who never stops moving forward.
Here comes a new challenger.
He's paralyzed.
Only temporarily. The toxins will wear off in about an hour, but by then he'll be in jail and I'll have my money.
June is a bounty hunter who exudes control, confidence, and raw physical strength. She's the type of fighter who dominates through power and precision. In this game, I think June should be a grappler, a grounded, heavy-hitting fighter who uses her whip and animal companion for space control and setting up opportunities. Her whip strikes can function as mid-range pokes, while Shirshu's scent tracking attacks could temporarily paralyze opponents or disrupt movements. I think June's presence in the match will feel oppressive. Once she closes the distance, it's over. She should be a fighter for players who enjoy reading their opponent's next move, countering aggression, and winning through calculated dominance. Like, she's already in the background, you don't need to make a new model. Now for my last character, I honestly feel like he should be in the game, without a doubt.
Here comes a new challenger.
Stop, or you'll destroy everything!
Wan, the first Avatar. He represents the origin of balance and unification of all bending. As a character, he carries enormous thematic and mechanical potential. In combat, Wan should be the ultimate all-arounder, able to switch between the 4 elements through each hit. Each one should offer a different playstyle. Fire for aggressive offense, water for spacing and countering, earth for defense and heavy control, and air for speed and mobility. His fighting identity can center on adaptability, knowing when to change tactics to stay ahead of the opponent. I can see Wan's animation and combat flow being graceful and spiritual. And for lore fans, he's the perfect embodiment of Avatar's legacy. For competitive players, he'd be a test for mastery and composure. And those are the 8 characters I have: Amon, Kuvira, Ty Lee, King Boomy, Zaire, Jet, June, and Wan. Each character to bring a distinct energy to Avatar Legends, the fighting game. Together, this lineup will represent not just a range in fighting game styles, but a spectrum in beliefs and personality which defies the Avatar universe. But let me know what character you would like to see down below. Also, let me know who you think will be in the base roster. Comment them all down below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, you know where to find you know.